What's up, what's up, what's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for a moment in the Narcissist series with yours truly. Today, we are going down the rabbit hole in why you cannot reason with the narcissist, okay? And there's many reasons to this, but before we get into it, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know the next video does go live. I want to thank you to all of my OG subscribers, all of my new G subscribers, all of my return. Wow, I got the hiccups. My returning watchers and my new watchers. To anybody that does choose to support the channel, you guys are all welcome, and I appreciate you all so very much, as well as your precious asset, your time. Thank you for being here. My prayer is that these videos and these guidance fall upon you in the way that reminds you to take back your power, to use your discernment and your inner intuition, and to make the choices that best serve you in this now moment towards your highest path of purpose. All right? So why can't you reason with a narcissist? Let's just be brutally honest here, because it's like trying to reason with a temper tantrum child, a child that's in a temper tantrum. That's why you can't reason with a narcissist. No matter how calm they are, their inner child is in a state of imprisonment. And because their inner child is in a state of inner imprisonment, again, this is not something that you have control over. But because their inner child is in the state of inner imprisonment, they're not capable of seeing things from a higher vibrational energy. They're not capable of seeing things from a mature aspect, because they're stuck in this mindset that they were so wounded as a child that now they approach the world from a very childish standpoint, okay? And we all know what it is to be immature. I think everybody in the world has acted immaturely many times, more times than most people would care to count, right? So remember how you felt in a moment where you just acted absurdly immature. And then afterwards, what did you feel like? You probably felt guilty. You were probably like, wow, I can't believe I acted like that. Like maybe even you apologized, for those of us that don't have too much pride, right? And generally, somebody that is emotionally sound has the ability to see that their actions have truly or greatly affected another individual. And that brings you into this state of just kind of being able to reflect on what it was that just happened. And once you get the anger out or the feeling out, you come into that reflection and you're able to really build upon that and either learn your lesson or correct your energy, right? And that goes either way, whatever it is that comes to you, right? And that's the majority of the population. When dealing with a narcissist, they're only ever coming from a wounded child, okay? And so think about why do they call them the terrible twos, and this is just an example, but I feel like that's what needs to be said here. It's like you have the terrible twos where you just have a toddler that no matter what, right? Like the communication situation is not very good. And that is exactly how it is with a narcissist. They don't know how to communicate to you. They know how to use social construct to get what they want. And that's why they know social cues, right? Knowing a social cue is different than actually having the ability to communicate with another individual. And so rather than communicating with them or trying to reason with them, like if you were two adults in a situation and say somebody did something that you didn't like, you could come up to them and be like, hey, you know what, Bob? Like, I care about you and I'm really glad that you're in my life. But, the other day you stepped on my toes and that really hurt. And you didn't even acknowledge that you did it. And that kind of hurt my feelings because it felt like you didn't care enough to see the space that was around me. And, and then Bob would come back and be like, wow, I didn't even know I stepped on your toes. Like, I thought I stepped on something, but I didn't realize I was that close to you. Like, I'm glad you said something to me, hey, are we still brothers? Are we still bros? Are we still friends? Whatever it is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is just it's a terrible example, but it's an example anyways, guys. It's simple. It's very simplistic, rudimentary. And so the reason I say this is because when it comes to a narcissist, to be rudimentary with them only makes them feel like you're condescending them. So then when you try to be, so I wanted to say socialistic with them, but that's not the right word that I'm looking here for, sirs. What am I? Like intelligent. When you're trying to intelligently address them, then they become condescending towards you, because there's this imbalance there that they feel like, oh my gosh, my person, they're so smart. Like, I'm never going to be that smart. And they're always like doing this and they're always doing that. And at the end of the day, it's like, whatever route you take, they're going to match you tenfold. Okay. So whether you take the high road or the low road, they're going to match you tenfold to bring you into the energy that they want you in, whatever that is. Okay. Ultimately, their goal is to win. What it is that you're winning, I don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I had like, hey, this is what they're really trying to do. But at the end of the day, it's just, this is a topic that Source wanted me to bring up, because I feel like a lot of people who are in a narcissistic relationship will constantly try to find new ways to communicate with their narcissist, and none of those ways work. You know, when I was with my narcissist, I can't tell you how many psychology books that I checked out, because it's like, maybe I'm just not coming at life right. Like, I always put it on myself, because it's what a narcissist makes you feel like. It's your fault. Like, everything in the relationship that is going on, like, they can't take accountability for anything, because again, that's that wounded child coming out. A child does not know what accountability is. Okay. And so that's why I make these videos, because I really want people to stop getting in this energy of, I have to pay back. I have to do to them what they did to me. I need to make them hurt the way that they made me hurt. When as a society, we're not realizing just quite yet, which I hope unveils itself shortly, is that the reason a narcissist hurts you so badly is because that is how they feel internally. Okay, they feel like that already internally about themselves. So they're already hurting. Like, there's no reason for you to add, upset to injury, right? There's no reason for that. And so they're not able to take accountability for themselves, because they're coming from this energy of just like, I have to put out into the world what other people have already done to me, have already injured me. And that is a safety mechanism, right? It is truly coming from a place of self-preservation. And their self-preservation is like the lone wolf. It's like another wolf comes into the territory. They're there to, it's, what is it? A jugular shot. Like, they're not going to take time to wonder about, oh, is this person actually here to help me out, help me survive? Like, no, it's any potential that comes into their life is somebody that can potentially injure them the way that they were injured in the past. And so the belief is if I hurt you first, then I'm justified. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? They're justified in doing that because they knew that you were going to hurt them, even though that was never on your mind, right? And so when you try to reason with them, like I went through all these studies, I went through all these topics. I mean, guys, I read psychology book after psychology book after psychology book. Like, I self-studied in it, and I find it fascinating. I have learned a lot, and I've learned how to approach people in general, which is great. I learned a lot of lessons, but let me tell you, every trick that the psychologists tell you about, man, I cannot tell you how many times that shit backfired on me with a narcissist, because they're already very clever. Like, I think people think that narcissists are stupid, and they're not. Like, narcissists are super clever. They had to become very highly intelligent at a young age, and the intelligence comes from manipulation. So you have to understand that no matter what they're doing, on a 100% time of the basis, they are studying other people to gather intelligence. It is not to gather what's going to hurt you. It's to gather intelligence with, how can I use this to my advantage? Okay, so if you have somebody that's like this in your life, rather than trying to reason with them, trying to argue with them, trying to win, okay, I want you to know, viewer, for those of you that are not narcissists, because I have a feeling that I'll probably get everybody on these videos. For those of you that are not narcissists, there is no winning. There's nothing to win. Okay, the only way to win is to walk away. That's it. Save yourself. Silence is your biggest friend. It is. It is. You can't sit here and reason with somebody who doesn't understand what reasoning is, because they're using this argument. They're using this situation. They're using what's going on in this now moment as a way to make you their prey. You're the prey here. That's it. Like, when you get that through your head and you realize, like, I'm the target At the end of the day, I'm the target. It's not because it's you. It's because you're the one that's in their energy field now. It would be Sue if Sue was the one that was in their energy field and not you. Do you see what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. So the minute we stop taking it as a personal plight against us and we realize, oh, this person really, this is just how they are, the more you'll come into a place of understanding and acceptance and love, and you'll be able to just accept them as they are, right? When we start accepting narcissists, we begin healing the world. Us as people, us as empaths. If we start accepting that, you know what, there are just people out there that are like that. Like, they don't have the best interests of anybody in mind, including themselves. Because understand, the more that they hurt people around them, the more that they hurt themselves. You guys ever met an old narcissist? What are they? Alone and mean and grouchy. And they're cool with being in that energy. And isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? I mean, that's a pretty terrible karma to come back around, to have to really truly have the biggest fear of everybody play out, and that is to be alone. Okay, so don't sit here and try and plot and scheme and plan against a narcissist, because all you're doing is setting it up for the next person that comes into this person's life to get the bullets from what you gave them. All right. And that's why I'm saying, like, you're arguing with a child. You're trying to reason with a child. You're trying to help heal a child that doesn't want your help. They don't want your reasoning, and they don't ever want to take accountability, because in their minds, nobody understands how I feel. And no one will ever understand how I feel. What a big burden to carry. Don't you think? Guys, I've dealt with so many narcissists in my life. And yes, I am one who had to learn that revenge was not the answer. Because every time when I would rely on revenge, let me tell you that, like I said, with the psychology books, it blew up in my face. It blew up. It was like, look, this ain't going to play out good for you. And it never did. It never did. You know what played out good for me was when I left, no contact. When they came back, no contact and blocked. I'm not going to get back into that energy that I let go of. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. My peace is too high a price to pay. And that's the energy that I'm asking for you, collective. I'm asking for you to come into a space of saying, my own peace is too high a price to pay for someone's childish antics. If it was a toddler, you'd put them in the corner and let them reflect on how they acted. That is a sign. Well, in this, I'm sorry, nobody puts baby in the corner without getting something done, right? But honestly, if you're baby in here, you need to remove yourself from the corner, and you need to put the narcissist in a timeout. How do you do that? Blocking them from everything. And I know it's hard, because some of you guys are dealing with narcissistic family members. Some of you guys are married to a narcissist. Some of you guys have narcissistic kids. Some of you guys had narcissistic parents. Okay, like, there's no saying, oh, all narcissists are men. All narcissists are women. No, like, there's no rhyme or reason as to who it is, when it's going to happen, or what's going on. It just happens, and that's it. And so I'm saying, be brave enough for yourself to allow yourself to come into, my peace is too high a price to pay for anybody else. And when you do, you're going to start seeing them as the wounded child that they are. You're going to see the temper tantrums that they throw. You're going to see the way that they act. You're going to see that, oh, wow, this is really not how adults act in life. Like, this is how I've been getting treated for a long time. And you'll be able to let go. Nothing on this journey is easy. The steps will always be simple. Nothing is easy. And to deal with and to leave a narcissist is definitely a difficult situation, because I have another video, and I always link the narcissistic series to these videos at the end of the video. So you're more than welcome to check it out if you feel called to. Is the Stockholm Syndrome. It's a real thing. Even with family members. You fall in love with them and you can't figure out why you're so attached to this person. And it's because this person feeds on a part of your ego that keeps you coming back. And that is validating you. That's what's so scary, to let them go, because now I'm not going to have that validation. But what you're missing is that you don't need their validation, because it's when they're the ones that are validating you and they've got you hook, line, and sinker, they know they can build you up and break you down at any time that they want. That's a lot of power to give to somebody else. Build yourself up. Whatever it is that you like that they say to you, say that to yourself. This sounds silly, but it works. It worked for me, and it's worked for other people that I've helped out with this. It is something that will help you see things from a different place, and that is that you are your own hero in all of this. And when you become your own hero, I'm going to tell you, Source is going to open up the doors so that somebody else comes in and they want to help be your hero too. And you can help be theirs, and you guys will help each other. Okay? You're not alone. You're not alone on this journey. You never will be. One thing I will say is that you have to allow your courage and your bravery to emerge. You are a warrior, man and women. You're a warrior. Stand up in your warrior energy and be of service to yourself. This is what I have for you guys. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. That being said, until I see you guys next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Peace out, y'all. Bye.